Welcome back to Office 281 Filing Records Management orientation video. Well, I decided to backtrack just a little bit and I found another email account I can use. Whether this works or not, we'll see. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time with this. I do want to go back into MindTap and show you what it is that you need to do for your work. So let's say, oh, this actually did work. I was shocked. All right, so I was able to use something else. And so I wanted to backtrack to make sure you got in. These are the things that you need to do. This is the textbook. You can pay online. If you have your access code, you can do that. It tells you when your temporary access will expire. And you just say, I paid later, continue to my course. This will get you into MindTap. Of course, they always have an agreement. You can print it if you like. You can scroll down and accept it. Tells you the textbook. This is our textbook for our course. You want to go ahead and enter it into MindTap. In MindTap, again, it's going to show you the different views, the way you can see your activities, and then it tells you what is due. This is what is due. These are your different views. So if we take a look, you have this type of view where you're going to see what it is for the week. You have your view for the unit. So each one of the units that you go through. You also have your view in which it's going to show your grades as well as your list. So you can see your attempts, grades, but I would say if you stay on this view where it shows the week view, it'll at least tell you what is due for that particular week. And so I'm going to go back to application 1.2. I'm already in it here, so I'm not going to backtrack. I'm just going to go to application 1.2 because that is one that's due this coming Sunday. And you want to make sure you get this completed. You start the assignment now. And when you start the assignment, it's going to have you to do this. Now, sometimes it's going to tell you to work in groups of 2 or 3. Now, one thing with this course, when we do it in class, we do work in groups. As I know you're taking this online, you can't really do it in groups. So you're going to have to do it on your own. And one thing about this program is that it allows you to continue to work through it until you get it right. So it tells you to go through it and classify these. So it works with your teammates, decide how each record should be classified by use, place of use, value of the firm. Select the appropriate calculations or the classifications. And so you go through and property title. Okay, so what do you want a property to be, internal or external? So let's just say it's external. And it says how it's going to be classified. Is it transactional or is it reference? So maybe let's say it's transactional. I'm not sure if that's right or not, but one thing about this course, you can go through and check your work as you're going through before you submit it. So I would say always check it before you submit it. So I say check my work. Now it's going to mark it wrong. So of course I picked the 2 wrong answers. So I can go back and say, well, that's an internal, and then it's not transactional, it is a reference. And so now if I say check my work, it should turn green because of course I changed the answers. So one thing about it is not a problem for you to go through and do this more than once, twice, or 3 times. You want to continue to check your work before you do the last step of submitting for grading. So this submit for grading, that's it. So you want to go through and take a look, read the book, read the assignments, see what it is you need to do, and then of course you will put in the answers and decide how you're going to do this. All right. And so let's say you did your second one, and you can always check your work as you go through. And of course, it's going to tell me that's correct. And not only do you have one question, take a look here. It's one question of 2. So once you finish this, there is a part 2 to this. Don't forget to do that. So you want to skip over to part 2. So this is part 2 of the same assignment. Again, you don't submit until it's done. Part 1 and 2 is completed, then you submit. So you finish question 1, you finish question 2, then you submit your assignment. So again, These are listed on the second chart, working with a teammate. Decide, are they vital, important, useful, or non-essential? Property, title, what do you think they are? They're probably something that you probably need to have. Again, you could always check your work to make sure it's correct. And so once you complete all that, then you submit it. It goes directly in your grade book, as well as it updates into Canvas. For this program of MindTap, you have to do all assignments in Firefox. So you need to use that as your browser. Let's say you don't have it as your browser. Firefox is free. Just download it to make sure you use this as your browser to complete the assignments. So you go through and answer all the questions on both. So you don't skip any of it, and I did not mean to do that. You want to answer everything. And so I'll go back. Let's say I'll go back to question 1. If I want to go back to question 1, I'll just click my back arrow. Let's see if it takes me there, and it should. And you can go through invoices sent to your customers. I'm kind of giving you all your answers, aren't I? All right, so you're sending something probably external. I mean, some of these could be just common sense. And if it's an invoice, it's going to probably be a transaction. So you can say, check my work. Is it okay? Did I do it right? Yes, no, maybe. But just check it as you go through and see it does update. And so you want to go through, and then once question 1 is done, you go to question 2. Once question 2 is done, then you submit for grading. And so let's say weekly employee timesheets. What do you think? Those are vital. Are they important? All right. So let's say it's important. Invoices sent to a customer. I'm just going to put any answer in. All right. What do you think those are? Those are probably important. All right. Annual financial report. I think the shareholders like to have that. Quarterly payroll tax report. Let's see what you're going to do with that. Payroll tax, I would think that might be important. Email, maybe that might be a non-essential one. And again, some of those might be useful. I might have put them in the wrong category. I can go back and look and see. Did I choose everything correct? Oops. Guess what? Got them all right, but this one. All right, so email. Oh, maybe not a record. All right, so you go through, answer the question. All right, and it'll put green check marks all the way through. And so that is completed. And so, of course, question 2 is completed. I got all green check marks. And you want to get 100%. I mean, one thing about this course, you can get 100% on everything. You just have to take time and just redo it. And you'll find when you get into the filing rules, you're going to probably have to redo it because you're going to have to put things in order. And I would say in your book, when you get to the filing part of it, where you're learning the alphabetic rules, numeric rules, the subject, geographic filing, when you're doing those, do it in your textbook in pencil first, because you're going to have to learn how to code each one. You have to code it correctly, and you have to also do that in your simulation kit. If you do it in your book first and then come into MindTap and do your assignment, it makes it much easier, because then you can just go through and select your answers. So if you go through, and I'm going to miss some of these. I'm just going to make some of these up. All right, that might be external. And let's see what that might be. I would say reference. And let's see what this one is. Photo report. That's, I'm going to say internal. All right. Although I know these answers, but I'm just going to just put them down for you. Just put anything in. Okay, that's internal. Probably, and this is probably just a reference if we want to keep it that way. And so, of course, I can say check my work. I can either check it, make sure it's right. So I got a couple of these wrong. I can go back and fix it if I want. All right, and of course, there was a tax report, and that's probably that, since it's not giving me any other choices but those two. I finished all my work. I have both questions done. And now I can submit it. And it says, would you like to submit and exit? I could say I can continue to take the assignment or submit it for grading. And it'll let me know what my grade is. If you want to take it again, you can always take it again. So you have multiple choices of doing your assignments. And so I've done application 1-1. And so application 1-3 will be your next assignment. Now these assignments are a little bit different, all right, because, and of course my access failed. I just don't know why it did. But let's see how this goes again. You're going to have to, I guess I need to get out and reset this again. So let me get out. So for some reason it's not allowing me to get that particular one. So I'm going to log out and go back in. So I'm going to get out of this and go here. Let's see if it'll let me go. Internal server error. So something's going on with my MindTap again. So I'm going to go back into MindTap and see if that's going to make a difference. All right, I'm going to go back into the course, because all of your assignments are not going to be just clicking on things. You're going to have to key information in. If it asks you a question, you're going to have to write complete sentences. You're going to have to spell it correctly, because I'm going to look for all those things in the answer. And your answer has to be complete. You cannot give me 1 or 2 words. You have to explain. So I'm going to start this and give you an idea. All right. It says using technology. You're going to access this search engine, tells you where to go. You're going to go to the home page, read and summarize an article. Key the summary of your findings in a Word document. You're going to click browse and you're going to upload it and you're going to submit it. So this is one of the writing assignments. So you will go to this particular site. ARMA is one of the sites we use for records management. All right, it is a professional organization. You're going to go to the home page, find an article. You're going to key a summary of your findings. So that means you have to read it, understand what it says. You're going to write me a short paragraph in Microsoft Word, save it on your computer, and then you're going to click on Browse. You're going to find the assignment, and I don't have anything on there yet, but let's say there's a Word document that I have. Let's put that in. And put that in, and let's say that is it. All right, you want to make sure it's uploaded, and then of course you want to do the last part, submit it for grading. This is the only way that I'm going to get the assignment. All right, so you have to make sure you submit it for grading, then I'll get it so that I can go back and read it. All right, if you upload the wrong thing, you can always say take this again. And you can start the assignment, because again, like I said, all these assignments can be repeated. So you go to ARMA, it clicks right there on it for you. And then of course, that's the organization right there. It's bringing in the page. And then as you go through, you want to see what the current news is. It's giving you general information. Here's all the latest news. So you pick one thing that you want to read. All right. News press. So you want to go through, take a look, pick whichever news press that you want. Read one of these articles. Let's say about the mentorship program. So you read it, says that's more current. And then once you read it, you're going to summarize what it says. And again, by the time you do the assignment, this might not be the most current one, because we're talking about this was February 9th. So you read everything it says, and then after it talks about it, then you're just going to write a short paragraph and upload it. And that will be that particular assignment. So then you save it on Word, browse, and upload it like I showed you how to upload it. And again, in your grade book, it will show your grades as you're completing these assignments. So I'm going to go ahead and close out. You'll see each week you're going to have assignments that you're going to need to complete. You can always go back to your grade book to take a look at your grades. I don't want to go into grade book because I'll be showing all the students information. So if you have any questions with this course, be sure to contact me through my email, either through Canvas or rajames@citruscollege.edu. Good luck. Welcome to the course. Have fun. This is really a great class. Just do the work and you'll do well in it. Just don't get behind, because later on the weeks you're going to have a lot of work, especially with the rules for records management. Good luck in the course.